Very good evening to all of you, my dear professional student friends. Let me check who all are there. Say hello, all of you. Welcome to today's session where we'll be discussing some aspect from previous exam papers. I can see 10 of you have already joined. Just waiting for all to join in. Yes, very good evening. Sakshi, I can see you. Yes, Thilaga, good evening. Yes, Dhanashri, good evening. Nice to see you all for this today's session. Yes, Amruta. So just waiting for all to join, then we can start. Correct? Yes. So how is your preparations going? First, let me quickly know. In the comment box, how your preparations are going for the exams. And especially about tax, what do you feel? And don't worry, exams are going to be there. Even though CA exams are postponed, see, they are not cancelled, they are postponed to December. That's because of center availability. So obviously, CS exams are already in December, so easily there will be centers available. So don't worry about the exams being there or not. We should continue our focus on giving our 100%. Clear? Okay. So yes, now I can see 24 with 25 of you have joined here. Yes, so we'll wait for 1-2 minutes more and then start off. So today our discussion is going to be on critical questions from valuation asked in last few exams. Okay. So quickly tell me that valuation is dealt in which section? Okay, you started revising the notes given by you in the class. Very good, very good. So valuation is covered in which section? Quickly tell me. As you can see here, it is covered in section 15 of CGST Act, isn't it? So I am going to take you through two critical questions. Yes, of valuation. Correct. It's covered in section 15 of CGST Act, isn't it? Yes, 15 of CGST Act, which has 5 subsections. Mind you, which has 5 subsections. Okay, so can someone tell me what is the meaning of assessable value and what exactly do we do in valuation? Yes, guys? And see, be there till the end. These two questions are very critical. Let me tell you, I had conducted and I have been conducting test series in which I had put this question, and till date none of them could answer these questions which I am going to, especially one of the question which I am going to cover today. Yes, so actually in this valuation, as you know, we calculate assessable value, that is the value on which GST will be charged. Correct? Yes. So that assessable value, as you all know, is transaction value. You all have reached now to the peak of your studies, so you know these basic things. So transaction value is price actually paid or payable for supply of goods or services or both, isn't it? Yes. So price actually paid or payable means, see, it's very simple. If as a practicing chartered accountant, I give you a service of some audit service, attestation service for rupees 1 lakh, then assessable value is 1 lakh. So the price at which transaction takes place is a transaction value, and that transaction value is nothing but assessable value. It is said in section 15 subsection 1, correct? But yes, two conditions should be satisfied. Correct. Very good, Sakshi. Two conditions should be satisfied. That is, supplier and recipient of supply should not be related. Correct. One. And second, price should be the sole means only consideration. These are the two conditions to be satisfied. Correct. That is what is discussed in 15 subsection 1. Yes or no? So very simple, 15.1. Then what is 15.2 talking about? Can someone tell me? Yes, price is the sole consideration. Correct. That are the conditions to be satisfied. What is 15.2 talking about? 15.2 is talking about what should be included while calculating this, yes, transaction value. What should be included? So can you tell me how many inclusions are there quickly? Yes, inclusions are discussed in 15 subsection 2. Correct. Let's see. So quickly talking about 15.1. Correct. 15.1 says that assessable value is equal to transaction value, and you know, while revising, we'll revise in short forms, but while solving questions we are going to solve it in detail. Okay, so assessable value is equal to transaction value. Okay, you know, that is price actually paid, isn't it? Price actually paid or payable for supply of goods or services, or both, isn't it? Then 15 subsection 2 is talking about 5 inclusions. Which are those 5 inclusions? Very important and very easy also. 5 inclusions are, if I go clause by clause also it's possible. Okay, 1, you should include any taxes, isn't it? You are supposed to include any taxes but other than GST, isn't it? You should include any taxes but other than GST. What else you should include? You should include expenses which are incurred by recipient of supply. Correct. I told you I'll be using short forms. Expenses incurred by recipient of supply on behalf of supplier, isn't it? Expenses incurred by recipient of supply on behalf of supplier. What else? Most important, you should include incidental expenses. So any expenses which are incidental to supply. Who will tell me examples of this? Expenses which are incidental to supply? Yes, guys. What are the examples of expenses which are incidental to supply? Yes, its example could be packing. Correct. Example could be packing, transportation costs, correct, etc. Designing charges, installation charges. Yes, all these things. And what is clause D? So what is clause D? Clause D is about, yes guys, yes, very good, all of you are giving correct answers, very good. I can see, yes, all of you giving correct answers, very good. I can see Nadia, Amruta, Ketana giving absolutely correct answers, very good. Keep going guys, keep going. Yes, and then yes, D is any interest, yes or no? Any interest late fees, penalties, correct, etc. These things which are payable by recipient of supply, payable by recipient of supply for delay in payment. Understood? Already you know all these things. And finally, what should be included is subsidies. Now most of the students miss out on the point that such subsidies which are linked to the price, such subsidies which are linked to the price, but you know which subsidies you should exclude. So other than central government and state government subsidies, isn't it? Other than central government and state government subsidies. Yes. Very good. So this is about inclusions. Okay, so mind you, if any particular value, okay, if any particular given amount is already including these things, then what will you do? If the given invoice price is including these things, then what will you do? Yes, guys? Yes. I'm just reading your comments. All are on the correct track. May I know what will you do with such things if they are already included? Nothing. Perfect. Very good. No need to do anything because if they are already included, correct? But if bifurcated price is given, then what will you do? That means price of goods is given separately, then these other taxes are given separately, or any packing and amount is given separately. In that case, you will specifically add, correct? So when I talk about 15 subsection 2, I don't directly say additions, I say inclusions, correct? So depending on the given figure, I will decide whether to add or to not do anything. I hope that point is clear. Chalo. And lastly, I have to discuss today 15.3 and then go to those two interesting questions. Why I am not directly going to that? Because first I want to ensure that all of you have revised this, and then we can go to those exam questions. Okay? Literally that is going to be the way we are going to do it in the revision batch. Correct? Provision, problem. Provision, problem. That is how it is going to happen. So no one will feel missed out. Correct? 15.3 is discount. 15.3 is exclusions. Okay, so what should be excluded? Exclusion should be discount. Which discounts? Two discounts. One, discounts which are given before or at time of supply. One. And secondly, discounts which are given after supply. Correct? Discounts which are given before or at the time of supply, and discounts which are given after supply. But mind you, it doesn't come free of cost that you can exclude this discount. You have to satisfy two conditions. Correct? And after supply, how many conditions you have to satisfy? You have to satisfy three conditions. Correct? Yes, so you know those conditions. Perfect, perfect. Thank you for those 15 likes, and thank you for 46 of you watching it live. I am sure many of students have decided to watch the recorded video also. So good. Yes, very good, fantastic. So this is about 15.1, 15.2 and 15.3. Correct? In valuation, all of you know this. So my today's focus is on 15.1, 15.2, 15.3. Guys, what is 15.4? What is 15.4? just in 1 minute if I can discuss. You know, if any of the condition, okay, of 15.1 is not satisfied, okay, that means if buyer and seller, that is supplier and recipient of supplier, related to each other, or if price is not sole consideration, okay, if that happens, then AV cannot be taken as TV. If AV cannot be taken as TV, then you go and do the valuation as per 15 subsection 4. Isn't it? Yes. This 15 subsection 4 says correct. Fantastic. Go to rules. I'll just modify Priyanka. Rule number 27 to rule number 35, I would say. Not 31. Rule 27 to rule 35 of CGST rules. Perfect. Perfect. Yes, I'll just say CGST rules. Correct. Very good. They are not notified, they are prescribed. Anytime rules are prescribed. Correct. I won't say AV not equal to TV. I will say when assessable value cannot be taken as transaction value. Bhagyalakshmi, clear? When assessable value cannot be taken as transaction value. Correct. In that case, do the valuation as per rules. That is from 27 to 35. Correct. Okay, sir, but that is covered under 15.5. 15.5 says, 15.5 is talking about valuation, okay, with respect to notified goods. For notified goods, value will be as prescribed. Correct? As prescribed. Okay, fine. Let's go ahead now to the questions which we have to do, because basically application matters. See, this is one critical problem which I found in the exam, which I am sure many of you will not be able to do it yourself, because I have checked it in the test papers, okay, which I conducted, that see, those who have given the papers will understand, will realize your mistake now. None of you till now have got this correct. Okay, in class I had given you hint about this, but I did not do a question. I had given you hint about this. Okay, so now here is the question on that. See what is discussed. Mr. Abhinash has received net amount of rupees 3,24,000. Yes, sir, even I didn't understand the sum. Yes, correct, correct. Even those who attempted the sum did not understand it. Correct, I am quite sure. It's a December 2019 5 marks question, and I had told much before these exams also that such question could be asked, because it's a practical issue that happens. Okay, and even in CMA exams they had asked such question. That's why. Let's check now what it is about. Mr. Abhinash has received net amount of 3,24,000 after TDS from Voyagers Limited on 5th Feb 2019 for taxable service rendered in January 2019. Fine. I'm not much bothered about dates. Net payment is after TDS under 194J of Income Tax Act at 10%. Okay, now you will say why we have to bring income tax in between. But see, practically it will happen, right? What happened is, listen, what happened is, I gave you bill of 1 lakh plus GST. Clear? So I'll just explain you the issue, and then we can read the remaining sum and see if you are able to get the hint from our discussion. See, service rendered. Okay, service rendered. The price of that service which I am giving you is 1 lakh. Clear? Price of that service, or the, what you can say, I intend to charge you 1 lakh plus GST. So GST is say at 18%. Okay, so it is suppose at 18% 18,000. So you are my client. Keep in mind, I have given you bill of 1 lakh rupees plus GST of 18%. So what is the invoice value? What is the invoice value? Invoice value is 1,18,000. Clear? So far so good? Tell me, think and tell me that how much will be the payment that you will make me? How much is the payment that you will make me? You are my client. Okay. How much is the payment that you will make me against this invoice value, assuming that you are liable to deduct tax at source at 10%. Assuming that you are liable to deduct tax at source at 10% because you are making payment to a professional. You are running a company, so your company has to make me payment. So your company has to pay a chartered accountant after deducting TDS at 10% because TDS on professional fees. So can you tell me how much payment will you make me? Okay, Yashashvi, okay, she is saying 1,18,000 as I can see. Anyone else wants to answer? That net how much will you transfer in my bank? Okay, you are saying 1 lakh, Sakshi. Okay, Bhakti is also saying 1 lakh. Gautam is saying, I can't actually, the screen is quite far away from me. 1,06,200. The setup of studio is such that, you know, YouTube live and all was not planned, right? Not planned means we have just recently started it, so we have to modify the settings so comments are clearly visible. But as I can see, none of you have given correct answer. Okay, see now what happens. Let's check. Let's check what happens. You are in that accounting department and there is one circular that there is no need to do, listen carefully, there is no need to do TDS on GST element. There is no need to do TDS on GST element. That's why I have, you know, called this concept as critical one. There is no need to do TDS on GST element. So what you will do is, what was payment towards services? Yes guys, payment towards services is 1 lakh. What you will do is 1 lakh less TDS at 10%. So TDS at 10% will be 10,000. Yes or no? Correct? Please, please understand. Try to understand. TDS at 10% will be 10,000. So net payable without GST. You had to pay me net without GST this much. Correct? But of course you have to pay me GST also. Add GST. GST is 18,000. From you will not touch this 18,000. So don't do TDS on that 18,000. So how much is the amount payable? 1,08,000 is the amount payable. Yes or no? 1,08,000 is the amount payable. And please, those who are not watching this video live, your friends, please share this video with them because this concept is very important. Correct? They may not know this concept. 1,08,000 is amount payable. Did you understand this concept? Achha, you said correct, Sakshi. Oh, okay, okay. I just, Kirtana, okay. Concept is clear. What about others? Quickly tell me. Then we can go ahead with reading the part of the question. Yes, guys. and girls. Acha, you answered the same. Oh, okay, 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 okay. So two of you. Okay, my fault. Okay, chalo. So if this is clear, we will go ahead. See now, continue with the question now. Continue with the question. What this Abhinash has received. Now the question will make sense to you. Abhinash has received net amount of 3,24,000. How is this 3,24,000? It is after TDS, correct? From Voyages Limited on so and so date for taxable service rendered in January 2019. Net payment is after TDS. So see, this 3,24,000 is after TDS. What you are saying? Acha, why not GST is considered, you are asking? Because of circular given by CBDT. Central Board of Direct Taxes has given circular that on the GST element there is no need to do TDS. Yes, we'll write that. No, 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 no. Yashasvi, it's not like that. Okay, because TDS is a part of income tax only. Okay. So because of CBDT's clarification, these things are happening. We'll write a note also on that. Now, you are required to answer the following. What you are required to do? Find value of taxable services. That is value on which GST is charged. In short, you have to calculate assessable value in the given case. Compute amount of TDS as per section 194J and find out CGST and SGST. I hope you got it, that why I have put it in the critical issue. So understand now. After understanding this concept, how we would have applied the concept in the given case. It's okay, you understood the concept, but how to apply this concept? Let's check. Okay, now see. Then we will do presentation. Okay, or let's do one thing now. Let's do directly the working only. So give the heading computation of value of taxable service. What else you have to calculate? Computation of value of taxable service, CGST and SGST payable on it. Okay, computation of value of taxable service, and you can say and CGST and SGST payable on it. Clear? I'll show TDS separately. Okay, so now as usual, particulars, okay, and one amount column. Okay, particulars, amount, rupees. So what I'm doing is that working which I was going to do, I'm going to incorporate it here only. So afterwards you have it systematically with you. And I hope that you are sitting with notebooks. Correct? You should sit with notebook, pen, pencil, as usual, calculator, and most importantly, your presence of mind. So, let value of taxable supply be. So, can we take value of taxable supply as 100? So, let value of taxable supply be 100 rupees. Okay. Then add GST. What is the GST on above? GST on above is at 18%. Okay, 18. So for a moment I am not reading your comments till I complete the question so that I can focus on explaining you. Correct? then I'll be welcome. Then your doubts will be welcome. I'll be open for your doubts then. Correct? So now tell me, what is your value including GST, or you can also call it as invoice price. Is your invoice price 118? Then less TDS under section 194J at the rate of 10% on 100. Yes or no? So that will be 10. Therefore, net payment. What is net payment? Net payment is 118 minus 10. So net payment is 108. Is the point clear? You can say yes, no quickly in the chat window, comment box. Yes. Bhakti is saying yes. What about others? Correct. 108 is your net payment. Correct. Now you know this 108 in current question is equal to 3,24,000. Yes or no? So in given case now, net amount received by supplier. Okay, in given case, net amount received by supplier is 3,24,000. Correct? Therefore, assessable value. Correct? So, I will not jump onto any point. You know my habit. What I will do is, I will just show you rough working here. You can do it afterwards. You can do it afterwards. This 3,24,000, you know, is equal to 108. So 100 is what? So you know, even though it is revision batch, these things will not be assumed, because unnecessarily I don't want you to be caught up in any point. So what you will do is rupees 3,24,000 into 100 divided by 108. This into 100 divided by 108. So this 3 lakh becomes your assessable value. Had you imagined that your value in this case is 3 lakhs? Okay, so assessable value is 3 lakhs. Now find out the figures which you need. Okay, this is exact way in which we are going to go about in the revision batch, and needless to say, again these things will not be covered in the revision batch. Now those students who are not watching it today, in the revision batch I'll tell them, kindly go and connect to these videos. Correct? For these extra questions, so that more and more we should be able to cover, right? So you know, after today's Thursday, the next session is on what? Next Thursday. Keep in mind Thursday to Thursday. Correct? Next Thursday will be 22nd, and last of the session in this series will be on next Thursday, which will be I think 29th. So this way Thursdays will do, and then we will start the revision batch from 5th. So we are going from Thursday to Thursday. Easy to remember. Time for this sessions is 9 o'clock, 9 to 10:30. So after your office, after your dinner, you can join me for the revision. And you know, for revision batch which will start from 5th, time is 7 to 10 in the evening. Okay, fine. Coming back to this question, are the things clear till now? Now only formality is pending. We had been asked GST, right? Compute amount of TDS. Okay, we'll do that. Find out CGST and SGST. So CGST will be at 9%, which will be rupees 3 lakh into 9%. Check and tell me how much it is. I am purposefully doing it in Excel so that slowly, steadily you can also do it along with me. And SGST at 9%. That will be again same working, 3 lakh into 9%. That will be also 27,000. So now, so therefore total GST payable or total GST you can say is 54,000. And what else you wanted? TDS. TDS at the rate of 10% under section 194J on rupees 3 lakhs. So what will be the TDS figure? TDS figure will be obviously 30,000. Clear, all of you? Is the concept clear? And wait just one sec. Okay. Is the issue clear to all of you? Okay, now whatever is needed in the exam, we will do that entirely. So one compulsorily note you have to write here about why we are giving this treatment. So can you please take this note along with me? Can you take this note? And I'm so happy that those who started from the beginning, the video, are still with me. Fantastic. And I can see 32 of you have liked this also. Very good. So I hope those who are there, it is helpful for them. That's important. Of course, every time taking face-to-face batch is interesting. I can see you observe, I can observe your faces. Okay, and know whether you are understanding or not. This is a bit difficult, but still it's okay. With your communication, I can get. What you are saying, if we take that amount as without GST, that's what we have done actually. So write the note CBDT wide circular number CBDT wide circular number 23 by 2017. Why CBDT? Because it's an issue of direct tax, right? Yes. So CBDT wide circular number 23 by 2017 dated 19th July has clarified that wherever in terms of agreement or contract between the payer and the payee, if GST on services, please put this in inverted commas, double inverted commas, if GST on services component has been indicated separately, in the invoice, then what you should do? In the invoice, then no tax would be deducted. Then no tax would be deducted at source under chapter 17B, that is TDS. Under chapter 17B of course we are writing the most ideal note. You could have, not given the CBDT circular number and all, that's okay. Okay, not given the chapter number and all, that is absolutely fine, but I'll try to do it to the perfection on such GST component. On such GST component. Clear? Yes. Tell me once you complete. Tell me in the comment box once you complete. Then we can go ahead to the next question which I have decided. So one more question we can do, one typical question. So that's what I'm doing. One critical question, one typical question. Post this, I'm going to go to one typical question of this topic. Yes, absolutely. For CS students also, obviously, no, same things will apply. GST remains GST. Isn't it? Chalo. Done, na? Yes. Such question is could be asked, of course, in CA Inter, CA Final. This concept can be tested anywhere. Chalo, I'll go ahead. I've made a huge compilation of all past questions. Along with, CA, CMA, all questions. I am covering questions from that. Chalo. You want to see its size? You will be shocked to see its size. Check. This is the size. You will be able to understand of that book. So, maximum of that I want to cover. Yes. So, let's go ahead. Now, see this typical problem. In lockdown, I was doing these things, trying to compile all important questions. Okay. In future, let's see, we can get it for all students, such type of book. Okay. So let's go to this typical problem. That's the last thing for today we are doing. Check. All your issues about how to handle subsidies and all will be automatically solved. This is a PPT now, so zooming is not possible. So check, I'll read out the question for you. Jitendra Limited of Delhi, and what I will do is, after our session, I will just put this PPT in the comments. Okay, put the link somewhere in the comments. Okay, let's see. Jitendra Limited of Delhi, registered supplier, is manufacturing taxable goods. It provides following details of taxable supply made by it for the month of March. List price of goods supplied is 12 lakh. How is 12 lakh? It's exclusive of taxes and discounts. Subsidy received from central government for supply of taxable goods to government school, and they are saying it's directly linked to the price. So what should you do? Yes, Purushottam is saying that we can take screenshot also of the question. Yes, you can do that. Welcome. What are you supposed to do with this central government subsidy? Include or exclude? Yes guys, include or exclude the central government subsidy? Waiting for your answer. Yes, you should exclude. You should include any subsidies other than central and state government. So in this case, understand, you have to exclude, and it is always presumed that given price is after adjusting subsidies. Isn't it? You don't have to deduct. You have to ignore. Very good. You have to neglect it. That's very important. If nothing is mentioned, you have to neglect it. Especially. Why? Because How I got that 12 lakhs? I must have got that 12 lakhs after adjusting subsidy. After adjusting subsidy means what? I have already subtracted the subsidy. So don't again subtract. Okay? What you are saying? Exempted supply. I did not get it. Yes, no effect, nothing. Perfect. Now, what about CGST and SGST chargeable on the goods? Include or exclude with respect to CGST and SGST chargeable on the goods? It should be excluded, correct? And list price of goods given is already exclusive of taxes. So don't do anything. Okay, just leave it. What will you do with taxes levied by municipal authority? Yes, guys. Taxes levied by municipal authority. What do you think you should do with that? Yes. Waiting for your answer with respect to taxes. Yes, you should include. Perfect. Because it is other than GST. Yes, so you have to add. Sakshi, you will have to add, because starting point given is list price of goods is given exclusive of taxes, isn't it? So taxes are, this municipal taxes are recovered over and above that, and that is supposed to be included. So you will add. Acha, one question is asked that if question is silent whether linked to price or not, what should be assumed? Yes, it should be assumed that it is linked to the price. The question was about subsidy, correct question. Very good question. It should be assumed that it is linked to the price. And very good way, when you're asking question, put multiple question marks. So I'll go in depth of that. Good. Very good. What about secondary packing? What about secondary packing? Include or exclude? It should be included. Now we don't know whether 12 lakhs includes it or excludes it. Already 12 lakh is inclusive of that packing, or it's excluding that packing. We don't know. So let's see notes. In notes we may find hint. If we don't find hint, we will have to assume something. See the notes. Jitendra Limited offers 2% discount on list price of goods which is recorded in the invoice for the goods. What will you do with discount? Yes, guys. What will you do with the discount? With respect to discount, you know, it should not form part of value. It should not be included as per 15 subsection 3. So you will minus the discount. So 2% of list price. Calculate what is 2% of list price of goods and tell me how much is the amount. Yes, Yashashvi, correct. You will have to deduct it. Sorry, Vishavid, correct. We will have to deduct it. Yes. Correct. So amount would be 12,000, 12 lakhs into 2%, which is 24 lakhs. 24,000. Yes, 24,000. Correct, 24,000. Then, what about, going to next point, list price of goods is after considering subsidy, already given. Nicely it's given, after considering subsidy. After considering subsidy means you have already subtracted subsidy. So don't again subtract. And that's what presumption is. However, other charges, taxes, fees are charged to the customer over and above the list price. So this clarifies your issue about packing. Correct, that secondary packing is charged separately. So what will you do? To include it, what you will do? To include it, you will have to add it. Isn't it? You will have to add it. So you will have to add that 10,000. Question is, calculate value of taxable supply made by Jitendra Limited for the month of March. So shall we? Yes. Very good. Vinita, okay, it's Vinita with. Okay, sorry. Vinita is answering. Fine. I read it as Visha, sorry. Vinita. Yes. Gautam, correct. We'll have to add it. Yes. Lavanya, correct. We'll have to add it. Very good. So let's solve this question. Meanwhile, get answer on the calci. Correct. Purushottam, your answer is correct. 12 lakh 11,000. Correct. Even Aditya has answered it. Very good. Yes. So let's quickly solve it, and then I will tell you that notes should have been written about which all things and how exactly the presentation should have been. So give the heading computation of assessable value, isn't it? Computation of assessable value of taxable supply of goods for the month of March, isn't it? For what's the name of that supplier? Jitendra Limited. Bas. Correct. So slowly, steadily do it, but systematically. In exam you will never lack timing because you are doing presentation. Many students ask me that will time be sufficient if we do proper presentation? Yes, of course it will be sufficient. You know, if you are doing rash driving, that doesn't mean that rash and fast driving you are doing, that doesn't mean that you reach faster. You have to do safe driving. Same way, you have to do proper presentation. Okay, then only you reach the destination properly. Because opposite party should understand what you are trying to say. So, list price of goods. You being in hurry never saves your time. Okay, list price of goods is 12 lakhs. List price of goods is 12 lakhs. Then you add. What you add? You have to decided to add taxes levied by municipal authority. So taxes levied by municipal authority. What are the taxes levied by municipal authority? 25,000. And second thing you have to include is secondary packing charges. Correct. This secondary packing charges are 10,000. Can you take subtotal? These two things only you have to include. Subtotal is 12,35,000 less what you are subtracting? Discount. Discount is 2% of rupees. Yes guys, 12 lakhs. 2% of rupees 12 lakh is 24,000. Put it in bracket. Now tell me what is assessable value. Assessable value is 12 lakh 11,000, isn't it? Simple. Assessable value is 12 lakh 11,000. Perfect. Very good, very good. So just for you I am doing this highlight, that is 12 lakh 11,000. Yes. And then you have to write notes. So many of you might be, attending my sessions for the first time. So see how notes have to be written. In detail I will show you. As per section 15 subsection 1 of CGST Act, assessable value shall be transaction value, that is price actually paid or payable for supply of goods or services or both, where supplier and recipient of supply are not related and price is sole consideration for the supply. Correct. This is your note about 12 subsection 15 subsection 1, which many students neglect. Correct. Further, as per section 15 subsection 2 of CGST Act, correct, as per section 15 subsection 2 of CGST Act, transaction value shall include, what it shall include? Any taxes other than GST, correct, as well as any expenses incidental to supply. Yes or no? Hence what we have done? Hence, yes guys, hence municipal taxes and packing charges are added to the, yes, are added to the list price. It should be noted that list price was without these amounts. Okay, see, that's why we have added. It should be included, and list price was without these amounts. Correct. And finally, what is the last note for? Yes guys, what is the last note for? Last note is for, as per section 15 subsection 3 of CGST Act, assessable value shall not include any discount. Any discount which is given, is it before? How is the discount in given case? In given case, how is the discount? Yes, on the list price of goods. Yes. So as per section 15 subsection 3 of CGST Act, assessable value shall not include any discount which is given before supply. Correct? Which is given before supply and recorded in the invoice. Hence, the amount of which discount here? Hence, the amount of rupees 24,000 is deducted while, yes, computing assessable value. Correct. One notice pending, that is on subsidy. Correct. So, as per section 15 subsection 2, to be very specific, clause E. As per section 15 subsection 2 clause E of CGST Act, transaction value shall include any subsidy directly linked to the twice, isn't it? Other than central government and state government subsidy. Yes or no? Other than central government and state government subsidy. Hence, in given case, central government subsidy is neglected as it is already considered. Already considered means as it is already considered, that is deducted while computing assessable value. Is it, or you can say not assessable value, but that initial price which was given, that is list price. Clear? Any doubts? Yes guys, any doubts? And thank you so much for that 46 likes. And I can see concurrently all of you watching, I get those stats. So thank you very much for that. And I hope that these all things are useful for you. So yes, effectively it's going to be 45 to 50 hours of revision. So what you can do is, you know, some things you might have already prepared nicely, those will be revised. If you have not revised particular things, okay, then along with me they will be revised, and afterwards you can, you know, go and concrete them. Correct? Fine. So quickly tell me that, is it clear to all of you? Yes. Acha, you are saying thank you means as if you are concluding the session now. Yes, actually I am on the verge of that only. Yes. So what do you think we should take next time? Acha, one question is being asked here. So incidental expenses is to be considered as per local customs or as per? Acha. No, incidental expenses means, you know, you should identify it, that which expenses are incidental to supply. That will depend case to case. Correct? Yes, very good. So Purushottam is saying we should take apportionment of credits, that is 17.1, 17.2. Yes, we can do that. And yes, obviously next there are 2 sessions, then of course in revision batch so we will cover everything. Yes, we can do that apportionment, or we can do block credits also, we can do time of supply also, place of supply also. Yes, we will do those things. Correct? Yes. So guys, thank you very much for today. If you have anything else to contribute here in the comments, please let me know, or in 2 minutes we will end this video. We'll end this live in 2 minutes. Yes sir, we'll do ITC. Okay, fine. So guys, see you on next Thursday. Correct? Till then, bye bye. Keep studying. Yes.